Hello YouTube, Sober here, welcome to another YouTube video, and today we are going to be playing Automation, and we are going to be making a Evo 4 competitor, or maybe even a WRX competitor. It's going to be somewhere in that range of sports sedan, like Japanese sports sedans. Damn, it's a great way to start off with a damn video. Alrighty, but we're probably going to start it off with, think about a partial aluminum frame, and holy fuck, that's loud. Alrighty, but like I said, we are going to be starting off with a partial aluminum chassis, a monocoque. I'm just going to give it a regular chassis. And we are going to stick with the all-wheel drive system. Probably going more towards the Evo with the front. Just because we all know Evo's the best, and it's probably stick with double wishbone front and rear. And now, the great part, the motor. Alrighty, we're gonna be starting this off with, I'm thinking going a little more insane with it. A little more insane, maybe a Alrighty, I'm thinking maybe around a 2.3 liter, but I do want to make it a stroker engine, which is gonna sound a little weird, but I feel like it's gonna provide a lot more torque, and I don't know, might work. We're gonna go with a 4-valve setup and an aluminum head. We're not gonna add any VTEC onto it, even though that would be dope as fuck. I'm gonna start off with cast internals, and this is gonna be a sports car, so we're gonna bring up the cam profile. And VVT on all the cams, and the turbocharger is what's going to really bring it all together. Thinking we can go with a ball bearing, we're going to injection, multi-point EFI, and we're going to go single the performance, and we're going to stick it with just normal premium octane. We are going to bring up the fuel mixture to probably, yeah, sure, it seems about right. And we'll just do that. We'll do a straight through and a baffled to start out with, and yep, we definitely need to upgrade the internals. We're probably just gonna go with forged, and the con rod's gonna fucking explode. Let's try that. You know what? 6500 doesn't seem horrible. It's definitely not great, but we are gonna bring up the ignition timing. We are knocking, which is not preferable to say at least. So we're gonna bring up bring down the compression a little bit, bring back the cam profile. Alright, we're gonna bring, actually, yeah, I think if we bring that up, we might be able to hit about 7,000, which 7,000 isn't all that great, but we'll make do with what we got. And I am not sure on the horsepower for the Evo 4 or the 96 WRX, the Mina, whatever it is, but I'm hoping for around 250 horsepower range and anything over 200 for the torque. So we're already there for the torque. We just need to tweak it a little bit to hit 250. So might as well just raise this up. And peak power range is in rev range, so works for me. We just gotta tweak, and so I'm gonna do that real quick, and I'll tune back whenever we're done. Alrighty, and after just a few minutes of tweaking, we hit about 260 horsepower and 234 torque, which isn't bad, but what I'm definitely excited for is the sound of this engine. This is a sports sedan, so I'm not really too worried about the noise. That doesn't sound too bad. It's definitely not what I was expecting out of a 5-cylinder. But what the fuck? Alright, we are just gonna try and make this a little bit longer though. What the fuck happened with the wheels? You know what? It works for me. Alright, and we are gonna be slightly basing this off of the Evo, just because again the Evo is definitely the best car. But I need to give it some sort of color. You know what? It's not bad. Sure, we'll stick with that. And we'll worry about all of the stuff later. We are going to stick with an all-wheel drive, 6-speed manual, and we'll bring up the top speed to about 170, but limit it down to like 150. We're going to do a geared LSD because I'm just really not feeling that. We're going to go with a front biased all-wheel drive system and sport compound tires. We're not going to go too crazy. We're going to go vented in the front and maybe solid in the rear. Bring up the size of these. Brake pads. Alright, and might as well add downforce. Cooling flaps, sure. Alrighty, and we're going to keep this a 5-seater. We're going to use premium and probably premium cassette. And probably just stick with an electric power steering, even though we know WRXs with the electric suck ass. But this was besides the point. We're going to go with Advanced 90, and probably we're just going to go with standard springs with adaptive and semi-active sway bars. Sport budget? Sure. We're already starting off pretty good on fuel mileage, but that is monster ride height. 14.3 ain't gonna be cutting it. I guess it's technically supposed to be a rally car, but still just not feeling it. Alrighty, you know, I'm gonna tweak these. We're gonna see how it's split up. 55 front, 45 rear. Not perfect weight distribution, but we do have a decently large engine in the front. Alright, so I'm gonna go probably just, you know what, I'm gonna go 50-50, keep it simple. We're gonna lower the damper stiffness on both front and rear. And front brake force seems very high. We're just gonna lower that down a little bit, even though we have severe brake fade. So what we might do is we might just go back to drums on the rear and just make that larger. Rear dampers. That's front. I'm an idiot. Still saying rear dampers are hard. Whatever. Alright, so we're thinking about 5.8 seconds for what automation estimates 5.8 seconds, which I'm guessing is going to be a little bit faster in Beamng, which I'm again not completely sure of what the 0 to 60 time of the Evo or WRX is. But 5.5 to 6 doesn't seem bad for a 90s sports sedan. So I'm not really complaining all that much. We are experiencing a lot of wheel spin at first, but I'm not too worried about it because we're already at 235s front and rear, which is pretty damn big, but not complaining too much, and we'll worry about that after we get it. So I'm going to do a real quick time lapse of me building it, and hope you guys enjoy. Alrighty, and here I started, and I was going to start out with more of a jagged, more rough headlight setup, but as you can see here in a second, I quickly get rid of that idea because I just completely hate it, and I wanted to start off on my own headlights, making it a little more blocky. And you can see me here now fiddling and fucking up with the turn signals because I had no real game plan going into it, and you'll see me go into more of a curved setup to make it look a little nicer. And with the headlights, you can see me mess with those. I'm trying to go with a more, like, not as aggressive kind of thing. Not like the Evo is, more like the Impreza, and keeping it more simplistic, not really aggressive on it. Right now I'm just kind of doing the running lights, and here's what I mean, trying to keep it more simplistic. Adding a little bit here and there to give it a little more of a sport idea to it, and I'm trying to just continue on with those. Realize I absolutely hate that, and just go with another round one right there. And then I mess with these a little bit, trying to make them look a little nicer. And I go ahead and start on the grill. I start with the vents on the outside to make it look a little nicer. And I'm thinking about more of an Alfa Romeo kind of thing, Starting with that triangle in the front, and I'm right here. I'm messing with the body molding, see if I can break up the front a little bit, and you'll see here shortly. I'll just go with this, and that's where I got with the Vamos, and just slap the V on there, and about to slap some vents in the middle to make it bring everything together, make it a little less blocky. And to start on the sides, I'm sitting here trying to decide on the wheels, and I add a hood scoop just like the Impreza, and try and mess with the mirrors, make it look a little nicer. And I wanted to keep the outside of the body looking more clean and simplistic, more rounded, so I incorporated the handles into the door. And I wanted to bring the body more of a like, let's just add an event on the side, making it look a little nicer. And I had no clue what to do with the rear end. I even added a massive light on the back for whatever the fuck reason, and still trying to figure out what to do with the taillights. I ended up going with a more of a blob design, and I ended up throwing the turn signal in the middle there. And I ended up changing these up a little bit later on because I don't like it, throwing the license plate in there to keep it realistic. And trying to figure out where I'm going to put the V for it. And then I throw in the name of the car, RTS, because, I don't know. And right back here I had a small little diffuser, which I ended up changing up, trying to keep it looking a little cleaner, maybe not as aggressive, keep it smooth, simple. And then I ended up trying to go with maybe a RS 200 kind of wing. Ended up not liking that, so I ended up just molding on a back wing, taking off that line. And this is what I was talking about, throwing a line back there to maybe break up those dots, because I really didn't like the look of that. And then on top, I just throw in a little hood scoop, a roof scoop to make it everything together, change the color, and here we are. Alrighty, and this is the Vamos RTS. I'm not exactly thrilled with the way that the taillights and stuff look, but overall I am not too upset about the whole look of the car. I really do like the front end, and I kind of went with the V up here just because why not, try and keep the name. I even went with a little bit of a hood scoop on top, and then that duck bill spoiler. So let's go ahead. First I'll show you more stats about the car. Alright, he weighs in just over 3,000 pounds and about 6 seconds for 0 to 60, which isn't amazing, but we'll do whatever. Alrighty, gets about 23 miles per gallon, which isn't bad, but whatever. Let's get this right into Beamng.drive and let's go take it out for a ride, alright? Alrighty folks, and here's the Vamos RTX in Beamng, and it doesn't look, did I say RT? Yeah, I said RTS. And for some reason there's weird ass fucking blocks all over it, but that's not gonna affect anything, is it? I don't know. Ooh. But we are gonna start this out with a good old fashioned 0 to 60 test, because it's the only true way to test any car. So we're gonna go ahead and launch this pretty high RPMs and just fucking send it. Ooh, I definitely hate the fact of how much it backfires. And it's either my shifting or what, but Beamng says it does it in 6.5 seconds, which isn't exactly terrible, but I wouldn't consider that good by any means. And definitely in comparison to the WRX or the Evo, because I think they did it in like low 5s. I might be wrong though. Definitely do like that turbo whistle. but let's just go ahead and take her on the track real quick and see how she does. I am definitely no track driver, but it's definitely kind of slow in the top end, and which kind of upsets me, but overall it's not a bad handling car, so I'm going to go ahead and take it on to the actual drag strip and then to the track strip and see what kind of times we can get. Alrighty, and we are in on the automation test track because we all know that's like the Nuremberg of Beamng. But I'm going to go ahead and start this and see how we go about it. And normal time is probably about like 2:30, I think. So that's gonna be kind of what we're hoping for. For some reason, it's letting me fuck out of the game. No other car does this. So I'm guessing it somehow broke my Do you mind? Again, it is really slow in the top end, but that might also just be maybe the weight. So far, getting a pretty shitty time. I think we can get it over this straight right here. Yep, so 100 ain't bad. Then a cap out on the straight, probably about 140. We're trying to take it pretty fast right now. Handles pretty nicely at high speeds actually. I'm kind of surprised about that. Ain't no track driver. God fucking damn it. So we all know that I can't drive. That's besides the point. I guarantee the car is more than capable of handling this in a decent amount of time. But as the series go on, maybe I'll get better at it. Highly fucking doubt it. But let's just go on straight to the drag racing, because we all know anyone can race in a straight line, even my ass. Alrighty, folks. So we are in, and oh my god, we gotta first turn off our traction control because that's gonna fuck us all up. Alright, let's try this. I'm gonna run that one more time because that definitely said like 15 point something. We're even gonna try and launch it a little better. You know what, that was shit launch, but we're gonna go with it. I still just think it's a lot slower than it should be. Alright, like 14.3 is gonna be the average. Alrighty, but if you guys would like to see more, maybe automation in Beamng.drive plays, then just leave a comment down below, maybe hit the like, do something, but thank you for watching.